Everybody, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to set up and design a basic spread in our design platform eDesign. I'm going to go through how I uploaded photos, and then I'm going to dive into how to change some different elements, how to place pictures on the screen, and how to add some extra little doodads and assets. So first things first, you're going to take your SD card and upload your photos to your computer. They're going to end up looking something like this. Obviously, these are not photos that I actually uploaded from my camera. These are just some funny Pinterest photos that I thought we could use just to practice. But I don't want them sitting on my desktop like this. This is going to take up a lot of space. So I'm going to highlight all of them, and then I'm going to right-click and say New Folder with Selection. And you'd call this, JV Soccer 9/5 or whatever game or event you were at. I'm just going to call this Animals 9/5. That's the date that all those animals were captured on camera or something. I'm going to go to my yearbook eDesign page. I'm going to show y'all how to log into that. And I'm going to click on book. This is going to show you what we call the ladder, and the ladder is all of the spreads and signatures in the yearbook. But we're not going to go to a certain page right now. I want you to go to Edit and then click Practice Pages, okay? This is how your spreads look every single time that you start a new spread, unless there's a template that is already inserted. Templates are something really important. I want you to upload a template right now. So you're going to go to this little arrow on the side. You're going to click it. And then you're going to go past the photos, past the candidates, and click on this thing with these squares. Okay. This template right here is our practice template. You're going to drag and drop this onto your page. Okay. So as you can see, we've got the headline, we've got these weird boxes, and then we've got captions. Okay, these captions tell you exactly how to write up what's going on in each picture. Okay, so that's our basic setup. You might be wondering what these boxes are. These are specific frames that are meant for drag and drop photos. I don't want people using their own cropping tools. I want you to stick within whatever squares are on the template, and I don't want you to move them around too much, because this has perfect white space all around, which we learned about last class. So I'm going to drag and drop some candidates in. Candidates are just where all of the photos are stored on our computer. If I wanted to upload new photos, I would click Add New, import from my device, and then you could go to your folder here and upload all of your photos. You would click and select, and then you'd select Open. But we're not going to do that because it takes a long time for these to upload sometimes, so I'm just not even going to bother. I want a really fun picture for my main image on the page. So let's see. I think that this one encapsulates kind of what's going on this page. So I'm just going to take it, drag it and drop it, and then it's going to appear. You'll notice that this photo bleeds off the page. And then I'm going to add some more photos. So I'm just going to drag and drop. You can add in any of these that you would like to add. I like that one. That one's funny. I can double click on things and crop them, move them around a little bit. You'll see these little exclamation points. That just means the photo is too low of resolution, but that's okay. So I'm just adding photos in. You can add in any of these photos that you like. Oops, that's what happens when I don't actually see that blue box around it. There we go. Do that one. I'll add this one in here. Funny little raccoon guy. Okay. And then maybe for my last photo that bleeds off the page, I'm going to add this penguin. That doesn't really make sense for that. Let me try this chef. Okay, and then I can crop it in like that. Okay. I'm gonna call this page, I'm gonna give it a headline of silly animals. Oops. And then I'm going to escape. You can't see that text, so I'm gonna push it over. And then maybe I want this to be justified centered. I'm gonna click that center button and that'll make it centered right here. Okay. And then you can add different captions. So this one says who, what, when, where. So I'm gonna say Mr. Dog driving car in May of 2025 at North High School. You know, you can do anything like that, okay? So you can add captions for all of these. They can be as silly as you want, but I do want you to practice adding a caption for each of these, just to get a sense of how to add captions, how to write these. Make them as silly as you want, but make sure you include the who, what, when, and where. The last thing that I want to show y'all is how to add artwork into your page. So artwork is this little button right here. It looks like art. It's just all of our assets and elements that I've uploaded so far. So it works the same way. You're going to drag and drop it, except instead of wanting to put one of these inside of a frame, because that would mean that you're replacing that whole image, I'm going to hit Control-Z. I want you to drag and drop into white space. All of these are good for use. These are images that I now own the rights to, essentially. And in order to resize things, you're going to want to make sure that you're hitting Shift, the Shift key, as you're resizing things, or else things get a little crazy. So I can add that right there. Maybe I can take this little stamp, oops, and place it, let's see, maybe over here. Yep. There we go. And then maybe I want to add like a piece of paper somewhere, and maybe I'm gonna like write something down on this or something like that. Okay. So that's, it doesn't look awesome, but that's essentially what you're going to be doing. Every time that you make something you like, I want you to take a second to hit Command S to save. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Is it Control Save? Oh, okay. I want you to hit Control Save. It's gonna tell you that it's not able to save it in practice pages. That's totally fair. And then I want you to hit Command Shift 5, and that's going to give you a screenshot option. I want you to screenshot this and then upload it to Schoology once you're all done to prove that you have completed this assignment. So let me know if you need anything. Have fun with this. And yeah.